It is day 28 of designing a festive island in 30 days without using my storage. After making the rash and rather unhelpful decision to let Biff go, we went villager hunting and found Rosie on Money Rock Island. Deciding that I wanted even more pain, we moved on to the next island and found Hopper, a cutie, but his house did not quite fit the vibe that I had originally created for that area. However, we are officially debt-free from Tom Nook and that much closer to paying off Harp's collective, and so I have to ask myself, what other stretch goals will I meet in the last remaining days of this challenge? Hello friends. Well, here we are. We officially have an autofill on this island, and I am kind of happy about the house. The only problem is I don't know who this is. It's a blue villager, which means it's possibly Stu. It's been a hot minute since I've had the man, and wouldn't that be hilarious if this was Stu? Wouldn't that be just oh so swell? All right, I want you all to put your bets in, friends, okay? So I think that this is an elephant villager. I think that it's Dizzy or Axel, which is fine. We lost our jock villager when Biff left, so you know what? Let's just tear off the band-aid. Let's go see who's home. Oh my gosh, it's Bam! Okay, so I was absolutely incorrect, but it was a blue villager. And it's a jock. Oh, that's cool. Wow, two deer villager next to each other. Hey, do you live on this island too? My name's Bam. I just moved to Bobble today, if you couldn't tell. If someone as totally ripped as you lives here, then this is definitely the right island for me. I hereby officially recognize you as a legit rival. Oh, wow, may the buffest bud win. Oh my gosh, I love the jocks and their rivalry. Okay, you know what? No, I am very happy with my decision. The house next to Bruce looks really great. We just need to do a couple of customizations around his house, but that's not going to be bad. Ultimately, I think the only thing I really need to do is I need to customize this to a different color, which I think I can probably do that right now. And I realized something as I was going around the island. There's so much to clean, by the way, but there's a few houses that do not have ornament wreaths, so I think I do need to do a bit of a shaky shake throughout the next couple of days, and I do need to gift Bam, at the very least, an ornament wreath and also a leaf umbrella. With that drama out of the way, you may be asking, Artsy, since this island is pretty much done with the exception of a few little places that require cleaning and maybe customizing, what are you going to do today? I'm so glad that you probably didn't ask. I swear, these rocks have a vendetta against me. Behold the museum. We already have a really lovely build. It was one of the first things that I completed and started tinkering with pretty often and feel very happy about, but the inside of the museum is relatively empty. And that's really such a shame. I love giving Blathers things to add to the museum on the off chance that I have to go look for a villager or I just want to go visit and see, you know, what I've caught. And so I thought, because this is a 30-day challenge, I don't have all that time and resources in order to get everything filled, but why don't I get him 30 specimens to put on display? I already have quite a few based on the fact that whenever Red visited and I saw that there was clearly a real painting or a sculpture, I gifted it to him, but I think that Blathers deserves some kindness and compassion, and we'll be doing what we can to get 30 specimens for the museum for today. Why 30? Because it's a 30-day challenge and I'm not original. I'm not looking forward to this because for some reason, I'm blaming my Joy-Cons. For some reason, my Joy-Con cannot provide a discernible vibration difference between the fish, you know, taking their tentative bites to actually like getting the bobble or whatever the heck those things are called. So even when I'm just idly fishing just for funsies, I have missed so many fish. It's not like I'm the best at fishing. I get distracted. See, like that. It's just, for some reason, my Joy-Cons have made it so much more difficult for me to gauge when the fish are going to bite. And it's been very annoying. At the very least, we'll have a few fish and I'll try to collect as many bugs as possible. We'll definitely be going on a cabin island, and I think this is just a really nice way to go around the island and see what bugs and fish are available. Also, the random kotatsu that I've placed because I'm not ready to let it go. Random kotatsu aside, this island has been a pleasure to decorate. I'm going to be really sad when the 30-day challenge is over.
Denied.
And just like that, it's gone. I should probably get into my wetsuit just in case I see a couple of bubbles. I do want to donate as many different specimens as possible. I think that would be really nice. And I do know for a fact that I have hardly donated any sea creatures, so this will probably make it a lot easier for me. I think the saddest thing about doing 30-day challenges like this is you really do have to pick and choose what you are going to focus on for your island. And I actually get really stressed out if I pass through a season and I didn't collect the specimens that were for that season. And that was back in the day where I didn't really time travel excessively. I pretty much stayed in the month that I was playing in because I liked to play in the season that I was in. Having to ignore Blathers and just have him assess fossils so I could sell them felt like such a sacrilege thing to do. And that's something that is very special about Animal Crossing that has been applied to a couple of games like Dinkum, is that the museum is such a beautiful building. They put a lot of work and effort to expand it and make it a lovely experience to walk through. Even though I get really annoyed that I can't find my villagers and I go around all of the different exhibits to try to find them, I still enjoy walking past the whale shark or the cicadas as they are buzzing. And it's beautifully laid out. We're starting with our first round. Having to go back and forth when I only have a certain amount of space because I can't use my storage has truly been eye-opening how incredible home storage is and how crucial inventory beyond your pockets is for farming sims. I could not imagine playing a game like this all the time. It really does add to the ability for a continued plan for your island and being able to gift villagers and saving up for things. It's just, I don't know, I've really appreciated the fact that I have to be very mindful about the amount of space that I have, but I probably would have finished this island a little bit earlier if I had been able to use my inventory. But we are able to donate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, awesome. We are a third of the way through already. And I'm really glad that I already donated seaweed because I think I want to use a couple of the seaweed for decorative pieces. I love putting seaweed on the edges of the beaches, and you don't have to do a lot, but what's really cool about seaweed and a couple of other sea creatures, like there's a crab that you can place out that's not in a terrarium, for example. I love me a good snapping turtle to just like poke and prod. It's really fun. Being able to place seaweed, especially on the beaches that are relatively simple and not very much decorated, I think we'll add a little bit more to it. Yeah, that looks really nice. The other benefit of doing my due diligence for Blathers is I will be able to at least make some money back. I literally have no money to my name, which is fine because I don't think I really need much of anything other than the customization kits for a couple of pieces and going to the llamas to customize items that I'm not able to do myself. Come on, don't be like this. Come on. There we go. The beauty of a very lush island is the fact that I can get these dragonflies no problem. I am also seeing that with my excessive time traveling from yesterday, I did kind of mess up with these trees, so I think I need to play around with that. It is really nice to come back to playing the game with all of the mechanics in mind. Some days you just want to find your fossils and maybe find the seasonal bug or fish or sea creature and then just call it a day. And I know that this game has really become a designing game, but there's so much about this game with all of the mechanics provided that make it a really lovely immersive experience. This fish, though, can get steppin'. Are you serious? Listen, fish, Bubby, can we please? Can we please? There we go.
Denied.
And of course I did that. Of course I did that. I swear it's these Joy-Cons. It's not me. This is not a me problem. This is a Joy-Con problem. I swear these rocks just like to spawn in the worst place possible. And I may have to do something very drastic in order to place them in an area that I want them to go. Either that or just get rid of them. Spending the day collecting things for Blathers also allows for me to really appreciate what I've done for this island, because I think when you get into decorating mode, you get very hyper fixated and focused on the designing part as opposed to how you feel about the overall experience of traversing your island. And I don't know, this is probably my favorite island that I've ever done. It is the most cohesive island, and I tried new things and felt that I did a really good job. And overall, I think that it's going to be really lovely once it's done. Are you serious? Really? Is it just me, or has the fishing mechanic become significantly more obnoxious since I last did the fishing tourney? Are you... Listen. Listen. Thank you. There we go. This is gonna take me a bit. It's really a shame that I'm only in the first month of summer in the Southern Hemisphere island, because I think if it's January, there would be all of the different beetles, there would be the cicadas, and I would have this done so much faster. But I do want to make sure that I stay in the season where the festive lights are still on the trees. I did learn something really interesting, though. I learned that there is a max number of trees that Isabelle will decorate, I'm pretty sure. And so if you have cut down decorative trees and you plant new ones, that it is very likely that Isabelle will just decorate them, and so you'll have a decorated tree. It's unfortunate that it's not just random. I would love to see the entire island just decked out in decorative trees. I think that would provide a lot of natural beauty to the island, especially if you don't want to decorate with the ornament DIYs. But again, this Festive Island had me use DIYs that I never used before on an island, literally ever. Our next drop off isn't as many, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are now over halfway done with 18. So we just need 12 more. I did realize with my excessive time traveling that a couple of the palm trees that I wanted to have stunted were not actually stunted. And so maybe I think what I'd like to do is keep a couple of them as stumps, because I think that would add a little bit more to the overall decoration. And that would also mean that I would get a couple of bugs that land on the tree stumps. I think they're in season. I don't understand, with all of the flowers that I have on this island, there hasn't been much variety with the bugs that I've been finding, so I don't really understand. I don't know if it's true or not that certain butterflies only spawn with certain flowers or certain hybrids. I'm not sure, but for some reason I feel like there's not as many as there should be. Seriously, in this entire field of flowers, there is no orchid mantis, there's no praying mantis. Are you serious? Maybe I just made it too lush. I just made this island too perfect for the local flora and fauna. That's what happened. I'm just too good at this game. That's exactly it. I have regrets. And there was a mantis and I ran through it. Great. Love that. Love that for me. That's amazing. I think I need to rethink my strategy a little bit, because running around my island is taking a lot of time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to donate what I have in my pockets right now, which means we only need, so with 3 to donate, we only need to find 9 more specimens to donate to Blathers. But I think I need to do something that's very crucial to the rest of today. Much better. Yep, that's exactly what I needed. A coffee date with Biddy and Daddy Brew Brew is just what I needed to continue on. I'm going to sell the creatures that I already have donated, travel to a Cap'n Island, and we have a Tomato Island. It's hilarious because this was the last crop that I needed. So if I hadn't utilized leaf at all, this would have been the only time that I would have seen it. I'm going to cut down a lot of these trees, if not all of them, to get stump insects. I hope that I get them because I'm pretty sure that I have all the butterflies I see in my peripheral vision. So, was this a good idea? I don't know. But we're going to hope for the best. It does mean that I am getting more resources for the last final walkthrough of designing and decorating because there's a few spots of my island that could use a little bit more in that area without it being too busy or chaotic. But I really just wanted to gift Blather something before I punted this island to the sun. Where are the pill bugs? Where are the centipedes? Oh my goodness. Well, I do have excessive iron, so I can do something with that. It's really a shame that we don't have a place to donate gyroids on the museum because I mean, they're not, flora or fauna, but they are a part of the island. And I think it would be really cool to be able to have an exhibit where you can fill the entire space with one of each gyroid. And you can customize it any way that you want, so you can have certain colors and everything. And it'd be such a cute way to individualize certain islands, but I don't know if that's going to happen with the next game. I do remember that you could feature different gyroids in previous games, right? But man, this island has not done me any favors aside from giving me money, so we're just going to go for a swim and get things that way. I've been at this longer than I care to admit, but we did get 3 new specimens for the museum, which means, if I'm mathing correctly, we just need 6 more. As I was just idly preparing to move to the next day to grab the 4 fossils that spawn on the island, I do have 2 more insects, which means I really just need to time travel to the next day in order to get fossils. Although there may be the off chance that the fossils are ones I've already donated. I would be very surprised, but just in case. And naturally, I've already donated the drone beetle, so I still need 4 more things. I've time traveled to the next day, and hopefully the 4 fossils that have spawned for today will be enough. And we have Bam! Bam is really cute. I wasn't sure how I felt about him, but as far as autofills go, you're pretty great. But as I'm going around this island, oh my goodness, I have so much to clean. That's going to probably either be tomorrow or the last day of just the final cleaning and customizing, but oh, there's so much that I need to do. For as decorated as this island is, it's so hard to find the fossils. I don't know why I'm having the hardest time navigating it, but this is so hard. But seriously though, where are they? I've noticed, at least within the last year, fossils are harder to find on islands. They are more well hidden. They'll hide behind trees and in very lush areas. And I don't know if that came with some update that Nintendo added to the game, but for some reason, it's harder to find fossils, and I don't appreciate it. All right, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Where's the 4th one? Are you serious? Where is the 4th one? Where did it go? Seriously, where is it? Don't do this to me, fossil. Don't be like this. I am truly in awe that a fossil is this hard to find. Imagine if the fossils could spawn back here. How obnoxious would that be? You know what? We're going to throw caution to the wind. We're going to risk it. And we're going to catch this fish. We're going to catch it. And hopefully, it's one that I haven't donated yet. Be all unique, please. Thank you. Which means We have officially donated, or we will have donated, 30 items to Blathers to celebrate this 30-day challenge. This took so much longer than I thought it was going to, but you know what? I do feel a lot better that I did donate something to Blathers before I finished this challenge. I would have felt bad if there was just, you know, an empty building because of how beautiful this is. Well, friends, was today even remotely helpful towards finishing this island? No, absolutely not. It was not productive in cleaning or anything like that, but it was the palette cleanser that I needed to finish this 30-day challenge with momentum, with a bang. And tomorrow is basically the major cleanup day and figuring out how I can farm various presents falling from the sky so it looks like there's just, you know, Santa had a hole in his bag. And when that video is ready, it'll be available on screen right now.